informative. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to working my program,
But wait,
and learning some more stuff.
there's more. Can you see my screen? Hold on. Here it comes. Boom. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. Hey, Falcons.
All right.
Yes.
So with this, we're just gonna clean this design up. I'm gonna do it pretty fast. You know what I mean? So I can knock it out right here.
Okay.
Holding control, I'm sliding it over. Holding control, sliding it over. Holding control, sliding it over. Just getting it in there because we want to drag it back over so we can make that second row. And I'm just right clicking as I drag over, holding the left click and pretty much using it as a stamp. Right here, we're going to hold control. We're just going to drag that up. We know we got to go over the line just a little bit. We know we got to go over the line just a little bit. And boom, we should be able to fit another row in there. There we go. We moving that one around. I'm gonna make another one there. I'm even move him in there. So it's just pretty much using the tools that you got to boom. Alright, that looks good, but I can drag him up just a little bit. And right here it looks like I can get another one in there. So I'm gonna just grab all three of those, equal spacing, and see if we can squeeze one more. No. Let's take it back. Let's undo. And let's see. Let's slide him over. Slide him down here. And now, let's equal space this row here. Boom. So some things you may try 2 and 3 times just to get it to visually look right. Like, let's grab that one. Let's just grab all of these in this row here and equal space them out. It looks good. Can we squeeze one more? Not bad. Let's clear the pass. This one right here looks like we can nudge it out just a little bit. Like so. Boom.
I see you.
We're finishing the curve. We're just going around the curve. And to do it quicker, like I said, I just drag them to the edge. From wherever they are, I hold control and pretty much drag them to the edge, and then I use my equal spacing tool to pretty much group them all together. So I'm just dragging all of these to the edge to see what we come up with, and with us equal spacing. That looks good. That looks too tight. Let's take one away. Boom. So now I'll grab these 4, boom, right here, and equal spacing. See if we can got one in there. That looks good. Now we definitely can see visually we can get one right there. And now let's finish this. Let's finish this other row, which looks like we'll do it like this. Boom. Put that one there. We can just delete him. Use this one. Hold shift and select the rest of the ones in that row that you want to make. And just add a few stones.
Nice.
Click on this one. Click on that row you want to make here, and equal spacing and add a stone. Boom. Now we got this row already. Click on this one all the way over here, and we just gonna hold shift, select all the ones that you want in that row, equal spacing, add a stone, add a stone, add a stone. That looks good. Shift, clear the path. Now we got this one.
Nice. Looks so good.
Now I'm just dragging and, you know, stamping those stones in that row that I want them in. Let's see here. Let's grab that one. Let's see if we can get 4 in that row without it being too cramped. It's a little cramped. So we just gonna move him a smidget.
Nudge him over.
Repeat the process. Equal space.
Is he gonna be sublimated?
Yep. Boom. Now we making this row right here. to there.
Whoa. Okay. I see it. Nice.
After we make our
Oh
row,
wait.
we observe. Yep, yep. That's where you go in there and you just
Let's
grab those few and just nudge them up a little bit, because visually,
nudge them up a little bit.
it still looks perfect. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So we'll do the same thing for this row here, which will
Wow.
on this one we'll cheat a little bit. Let's do it like this. See, when I first got started, I was moving so many stones, but now I'm like, I don't need none of this. You know, we don't need none of that other row. We're gonna work with one row and we're gonna copy it into the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we're gonna make this row right here. Let's put a stone here. Boom. Let's drag it. Let's delete that one and delete that one. And let's drag these down a little bit into that black, because we know we need that space. So the basic first training class is pretty much learning a few tools that you need to manipulate the objects and move the circles around. As we get more in depth, you know, then you'll start learning how to like mix the rhinestones with the sublimation image. Like this one is this one, not to confuse you, because this one will be a sublimation image, but we're talking about images that has more than 3 colors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Real sublimation images, because you can still do this in vinyl and it'll probably take the same amount of time. You know what I mean? If you cut out the red, cut out the black, and cut out the gray, your printer might not even be done printing this, and you cut those 3 out already. I don't know. You got the F570. I got the old school printer. I got the 7620. So I'm just creating this line here, holding shift, clearing the paths while everything is still selected. Are you still there?
Oh yes, I'm just watching you. So everything's still selected.
With everything still selected.
I'm anticipating what you're gonna do next. I think you're gonna add.
With everything still selected, I'm gonna hold down shift, because remember, shift is our select multiple object tool. We already have all of these objects selected, but I'm gonna hold down shift and deselect this top one here. Boom.
Okay.
Now I can drag this row up and paste it.
Wow.
So I just pretty much copied that entire row. Sure enough, it didn't, you know, match up down here, but now I can just hold control and drag those stones into place. Like so. Right here, we're going to drag him there. And we're going to go up this row about 10 stones, you know what I mean, to equal space them out. Boom. Now we're just finishing this curve here. And to do that, I'm just going to grab that stone there, place a stone here. I like to place stones in the curves. And then select them all and equal space them.
Okay.
So I like to place that stone, one stone there. There's a slight curve here, so I like to place a stone there. Now I got stones on all of the curves. I'm gonna start with this one, hold shift, select that one, 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 and that one, all the way to this edge right here of this line of stones, equal spacing. Let's add them stones in there, clear the paths. Now with this like this, we can just highlight this row right here, hold control, drag them up and and paste them. Like so. Now we just got this inside beak part. I can go here. Now we can tell we're not going to be able to double this part up. So we'll start at the top here. Inside of the frame now, since we know that it gets tiny there. We place one here. And let's go equal spacing from here to there. Equal space. Boom. Add those stones in. That's too many. Take one away. Shift clear the path, and we know we can fit a stone in there right here. And I'll even link that stone to this row right here. Oh, come on, come on. Taking all day. Alright, there we go. And yeah, I got a lot of stuff running on my computer right now. We're doing a messenger. We're running CorelDraw, and I got my Camtasia screen recorder recording the thing. So we got one more row right here. We already know visually looking at it that we can get rid of this whole row. Yep. The old me used to sit there and and grab everything and try to squeeze everything in there. But now I realize it's easier to just delete them, grab the ones that you can visually see are already in that line, and equal space them out. Hold shift, clear the path. We see we got this whole row of stones right here already selected. I'm going to just deselect this last one. And I'm going to drag these up just a hair. And drag these down and copy. Little tight. They still selected though, so I can still drag the whole row into position like so. And just this one right here.
There's one touching the other one.
Yep. I just deleted it. I move him into space where it's not touching. And just go halfway down this line. Or do the whole line, depending on how meticulous you are. The meticulous me will do the whole line in this interim because that's quite a big gap up there. And I want them to be spaced equally. Boom. That looks good. Clear the path. So now it's all done. At least the highlight part. Like we can go down here. Let me fix this real quick. See, that's a whole double line. We're gonna leave this line right here single. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause that's another.
It looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. But that's a whole another 20 minutes of moving. Well, I can move
Shifting.
it. Well, it'll be 20 minutes with me explaining it, but in the program it's like 10. Maybe 5, depending on how quick you are, you know what I mean? Depending on if you go in there and grab this whole row and just use the process we just did, where we grab the whole row and just drag it over, make a copy. So I'll at least make this visually one row all the way down to the curve, you know what I mean? Like so. And we can just delete that one, that one, that one, that one. We know it's pretty much a straight line, so we can just click on this one, and fill between two. Hold shift and clear the path. Yada.
Ta-da!
Alright, now, hold on. Wanted one right there, and let's take it on down this row. I'll go at least down to, I like going to the corners, like boom. That row connects with that row, so we'll equal space it like that. Boom. And it visually looks good. Boom. Now it's ready to be cut. So we can highlight, so those are just clear stones in there. Well, let's change them to clear now, so boom.
Ooh.
But you can also, now this part should be easy. Let's watch this. We can click on this, place and fill. We don't have to change anything because we already got it set how we need it. Hatch fill.
Mm-hmm.
Let's clear the paths. Merge overlapping stones. See, and it just pretty much filled in all of that for us if you wanted to use black stones with the design.
Nice.
Some of them are touching though because we had to go outside of the outline. So let me click on one. Let me click on one, select them all, delete them. Now this is where you would change your contour spacing. So contour allows the stones to be directly up against the edge.
Okay.
If we play with it and say we want 0.09, then do a hatch fill. Well, let's select the object first. Hatch fill. It should go in 0.09 away from the edge and place those stones. It's working its magic, working its magic. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Come on. Boom. Now they're still kind of tight, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just bump it up to instead of 0.09, we'll do a 0.1 inside the inside. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it goes
Contour spacing.
Contour spacing. Yep. So some places it works here, but then right here, I mean, sure enough, we can just go in there and delete this whole row right here. Drag these stones over to make it fit. Or, you know, we can go in there, delete them all. And we already know 0.9 is tight. So let's do a 0.12. Hatch fill. That should give us more than enough room. And we, to the point to where we only, there it is. Clear the paths. Merge overlapping stones. Boom. Now we have our two color, white and black stones. We got this row right here, which we can go in there. Right click on the black and let's lock this object so that we can go click off of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can go right in there from that black area right there and highlight this whole row here to there.
Mm-hmm.
Delete it and then click on one. Click on Hold Shift, click on the other one, and let's fill the path. Fill between two on the edit screen. I like to zoom back in, see how tight that line is.
Look how clean that is.
Take it back, hold shift, clear the paths. We got another line here, which we see, like it's a gap right there. We can just highlight all of that, delete that. Grab that, fill between two, take a stone away, clear the paths. One more right here. Boom.
I was wondering why your work looks so clean and precise and just
Cause I take the
flawless.
I take the extra time to zoom in and be like, oh, that's a gap right there. Let's delete that one. Highlight this whole row right here. Delete all of that and just refill the line back up. Perfect. Delete a stone. Looks good. Clear the path. Even right here, you can click on one, hold shift, click on the other one, fill between two. Clear the path. Right here, fill between two, clear the path. Right here, fill between two and clear the path. Boom. So now, what this can do is we go to our template tab, we highlight the entire design, and the one I like using the most is this vinyl overcut stone 2+ cut. What are you cutting out with? What cutter you got?
Well, I like using the Cricut because it's the easiest. But I have the Silhouette Pro, the 4 Pro, the 24 inch. But I don't use it because I like my Cricut because I can boom, boom, boom.
Alright, so if you're using the Cricut in order to do these files, I like to change my workspace here to something like 50 by 50. Made the workspace bigger, right? Because now you'll create the files for Cricut. Meaning, I like to move it up to the corner, but I forgot the black was still locked. So let's Control Z it back and unlock this black.
Okay.
By right clicking on it and unlocking it. Unlock object. We can highlight the whole thing, drag it up to the corner, and next what you want to do is click on one black stone, select all of the same color over here in the design wizard, boom, and I like to drag it out and make a copy.
Okay.
And then right click and combine them.
Okay.
With them all combined like so, I make a rectangle around the design. I like to change it to a color I can see. Let's do pink. Let's push it to the back like so, boom. And then let's resize it so we don't use too much of our rhinestone flock. Boom. Resize it. I like to get it close as I can, because that rhinestone flock, I mean, as much as
I was about to say, I really appreciate you doing that too. Like, I bought 3 of your designs, and I like how you make sure that we don't have to use all that extra flock. Thank you.
I was using a lot of it, so when I started sharing the designs, I'm like, hold on. If I'm teaching them anything, it's going to be to save their flock. I mean, you don't want it too close on the edge, because then it's going to be kind of hard to brush the stones in. So I like to leave a little room, but some designs, depends on how big you want them, it's going to be tight. You know what I'm saying? But once you cut it out, you'll still be able to get the stones in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now we have it like that. We want to click on the black stones, hold shift, click on the pink, and trim it. So now we can move this black out the way. We can actually, we can delete it if you copied it. See, I like to make copies. So we still have the black stones here in the original design.
Perfect.
You know? So I'm deleting this part because all we need is this part here. So we're going to right click on this X here to get rid of the outline. Now this is ready to go. That's ready to be cut and sent to Cricut. So we'll highlight the whole thing. Over in our design wizard, we'll hit export, and then we'll export it as a SVG. Remember the naming here. ATL Hawk.
No, Falcon.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I try to tell people all the time, I do shirts and everything, but I'm not a sports guy, so I don't know teams. You know what I'm saying? I don't know teams. I call somebody the New York Bears, and they be like, "No, it's the Chicago Bears." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I just haven't kept up with it. I've been doing this for 10 years, and I only watched the Super Bowl because my Bengals made it to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? But other than that, I don't keep up with anything. Alright, so let's highlight it. ATL Falcon black stones. And then we export it as a SVG. to somewhere where we know we can find it. You know what I mean? Because then from there, you know, you upload it into Cricut and just cut it out. So that's that part. And then click on the white, select them all. I like to go to the X in the center, drag it out, right click on it. I'm going to change the color because we can't see the white stones. You see, we can't see them, they invisible. Highlight them all, change them to green, right click and combine. I'm going to just put a box around this as well.
Wow.
Now we know we want this box to be less than 11.5 because that's what Cricut cuts. So let's do 11.4. 11.4. Now I'm gonna highlight this whole design here. I'm gonna press P. It centers it, so it centered it to the center of the page. I deselect it. Now I'm just taking these edges up. I clicked on this. I clicked on the white. All right, let me show you real quick. I clicked on the white, not the whole design. Let me make 2 of them, real quick, and then we'll get off. We'll get off here. All right, so if you highlight the whole thing, and then go in here to try to resize this, you just resize the stones. You know what I mean?
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you stretching and skewing the stones.
No.
So what you want to do is, we know that we just do a box around that. You know, that's just a box. Let's change the color first. Boom.
Okay.
Push it to the back. I like to deselect off of everything and then just click right back on the blue. Because now I'm resizing just this blue box.
Gotcha.
The stones are not shaping with it. They staying the same. So we got 11.4. We can actually bring it in some. But what I like to do is, if I'm working with a big design, I like to try to get it to as close to 11.5 as possible, because you just gonna have little strips of rhinestone flock left that you're gonna throw away anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
All right, we got that. You click on the green, hold shift, click on the blue. Now let's trim it out of there. Trim. Now we can. Well, we know we don't need that one, and we know we don't need this part in the inside. So let's delete it. And I'm just getting rid of that outline. See, there's the outline.
Yeah.
Right click on this X, gets rid of that outline.
Okay.
Now those 2 files are done and ready to cut. We got the outline, which is gonna be white stones right there. Then we got the black stones here, and then everything else is pretty much sublimated. So you want to sublimate this image here at that exact same size. So we want to click on this red, hold shift, click on this gray, continue holding shift, click on the black. We can click on any stones, and we're just going to drag this out using the center X. You know you got it selected because the crosshair pops up.
Yeah.
If you try to grab it from here, it's just going to grab one of those black stones. You have to be over what you selected. Now if you zoom in, check this out though. If you zoom in, zoom in, now you see, you know you got the black selected, so the crosshair pops back up. You can grab it from there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Zoom is your friend. It helps you to gain more control. But right now, I know I got it all selected. I'm grabbing it from the X and I'm dragging it out, and I'm right clicking to make a copy. So that's right here. That's what we want to print, but we know we want this to be white. When I print it though, I copy it and I open a new document, because if you try to print right now, it's just gonna print everything that it sees on the screen. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
you only trying to print this. So I like to open a new document.
Okay. Open a new document.
And see, you got that 24-inch printer, so you can gang print 2 of these, like, you know what I mean, at one time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, gang.
So you know you got a 24-inch cutter. On your new document, make your workspace 24 inches. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Boom. 24. We just did 24 by 24, but let's paste it. There go 1. And we already can see we can get 2 of them. Boom. Highlight them both. Let's move it up to the top. I mean, you could have got another one in right here if you wanted to make 3 shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Flip it.
Yep. Flip it. You know, you already know it. Get it in there like that.
Yes.
Yep. And then we're going to highlight it all. File. And print. Notice, we did not change the size. We need it to be that size for the stones to fit.
Okay.
Yep. We need it to be 10.413 by 13.925, which will match this one over here. 10.413. Well, highlight the one that got the stones on it. 10.413 by 13.925. It has to be that in order for the stones to match. People ask all the time, can you resize rhinestone templates? And here's why. No, you can't, because if you try to, the SS10 stones will no longer fit. If we grab this right here and we like, oh, it's too big, I'm gonna make it smaller. You're gonna make it smaller and the circles will not fit. The stones will not fit in these circles because this template is designed for SS10 stones. You cut this out any smaller than this, it won't work. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So
it'll be a mess.
So keep in mind when you designing your designs and you planning on doing multiple shirts, ask yourself, what size design will look good over 3-4 sizes of shirts? Like, can I design a design large enough for a medium, but it won't look too small on a 2X? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes.
But that medium might be too large for an extra small shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You might squeeze it on a small shirt and it might look big, but in your mind you was like, I was only doing a medium, large, extra large, and 2 large shirts anyway. You know what I'm saying?
That's good advice. That's awesome.
That way one design can be useful for multiple size shirts.
That's awesome advice.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut it here. I'll send you the video link here shortly, and I appreciate you for taking the time out to do this training with me. And I look forward to seeing some of your work.
Okay, I look forward to more training too.
Yeah, I tell people about 4 trainings. That's if you don't utilize this training and go in there and tinker. You know what I mean? Utilize this training to go in there and tinker to see, like, I wonder what this button does. You can't mess nothing up. Just Control-Z it back and start over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Like, can I ask you one quick question?
Sure.
About the rhinestones, I know that you have the link for the heat, the heat transfer company.
Right.
So I bought up one of their bulk crystal, AB crystal.
Yes.
Is that a good color? Like, which color do you use mostly?
Clear.
Just clear?
You're going to buy more clear than anything, but you got to take into consideration in your design that you got right now, you got black. You know what I mean? You can choose to cut out the black rhinestones, or that can just be the sublimated part, or you could even use black glitter. You know what I'm saying? But I use clear more than anything. And if you're doing a lot of sublimation, you can put that clear on top of a color, and it's still going to have that color underneath, which is going to make that area red. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I start with the basic colors. I did clear, red, black, and citrine, that yellow. I started off buying bulk of those 4 colors, and then as time went along, I bought a bulk of green, 72,000 rhinestones, the 500 gross. Then I bought a bulk of black diamond. Then I bought a bulk of purple, you know, and 72,000 rhinestones. I still got them in there, and I bought them a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I do a lot of shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think if you plan on doing a lot of shirts, it's best to go ahead and buy the bulk, because if you grab a pen and paper and you look at the price per 10 gross, how much you would spend buying 10 gross bags over and over and over again, when you could have just went flat out and bought a 500 gross bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like if you get discount on the more gas you buy, and you like, why keep putting $5 in your tank, $5 in your tank, $5 in your tank, when you can get 40, and then on top of that you get in the discount for buying for getting 40, like, you know what I mean? And you're gonna use your fuel card. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna use your fuel card to save even more. So that's just what I learned. Like, especially if you're doing multiple designs, you might be like, okay, Ray said this design take 3,000 such and such rhinestones, and you buy 3 bags of 1,440. Sure enough, you're gonna have some left, but you're not gonna have enough left to do another shirt with. You gotta order again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's a waste of time and money.
So in my mind, those AB ones that you got, those are good too, baby. Bring me that shirt in here. Both of them, they both got AB stones in it. This my little helper.
You better show me the shirt. Oh wait, because I don't see you anymore. I only see myself. Okay, see all participants. I don't know what happened.
Here we go. You see me now?
I guess it timed out on me.
Not on Messenger. You don't see me?
Oh, no, I only see me in the corner here. Okay, hold on, let's see. Add, search for people to end call rate, add people. Oh, wait, here we go. It says me and you on here, but
alright, hold on.
watch together.
Hold on, we're gonna do it like this. Hold on. Oh, come on. She must be trying to call me at the same time I'm trying to call her. Alright, there we go. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? She's not even on there. Where'd she go? Where you go?